More than 400 couples are tying the knot today in a mass wedding in the Northwest. From first-time marriages to polygamous unions, they are happening under one roof at the International Pentecostal Holiness Church in Brits. The church has been under the spotlight over infighting and leadership issues. The matter is currently before the courts, but we do have Pule Letshwiti-Jones, reporter on the ground, covering the matrimonial services that are taking place today for monogamous and polygamous couples. Pule Letshwiti-Jones, a very good afternoon to you. Tell us about the marriage ceremonies that were held today and their significance on this Holy Sunday.
Well, polygamy is one factor that's held in high regard here at the International Pentecostal Holiness Church, must begin with. But we also do understand that, like you've said, there's been a lot of challenges gripping the church, which includes leadership challenges and ongoing divisions. Earlier on, we were at the Jerusalem church where about 400 couples were getting married. 800 people to be quite exact, some entering into polygamous marriages, others are getting married for the first time. And then right now we're at the other branch of the church, which is of course the Zirbekom church, where we now understand that here about 79 couples were getting married. But to get into the gist of the matter and to get a more understanding about the whole ceremony, we're speaking to Priest Ebo Wesi, who joins me right now. Priest, thank you very much for speaking to us. Earlier on we were at Jerusalem where about 400 couples were getting married. We had Zirbekom now. Just tell us about today and what was the whole process like today.
Today is the celebration of the mass wedding, the blessing of the mass weddings of our comforter FLG Modise, which took place this morning. As we speak, the procession is on. Yes.
We speak about the leadership battles as well. It's currently before courts. How has this affected the church?
It has affected the church drastically. As you would recall, upon the demise of the comforter in 2016, the church really got into a serious turmoil. A lot of people break off and started forming their own church and purporting themselves to be IPHC. But where you are as we speak, this is the International Pentecostal Holiness Church, Zirbekom at the headquarters of IPHC. So this is actually the original IPHC, where we are at the moment.
Also, when you speak about numbers, because we were at Jerusalem, we saw a lot of thousands of congregants assembling there. We here as well, I see also quite a lot, thousands of people.
Yes.
Where do you draw the fine line? How do you know which church is which?
Look, there will always be one IPHC. One IPHC, and that one IPHC is IPHC Silo headquarters, the original IPHC. There are splinter churches that went out. They are doing their own things, but here as we speak, this is our actual IPHC, where the founder of the church and his successor, which is Comforter MG Modise, his son, and now his son, the son from LG, took over the baton, who is now the comforter of IPHC.
And there isn't any sense of direction in terms of trying to administer unity, because you speak about these splinter churches and how it's affecting the original IPHC.
Yes, as you will appreciate, this matter is before the court as we speak. We have tried and exhausted all avenues where you would sit around the table and try and resolve. At some stage we were at the Council of Churches. They failed also to help mediate in this matter. As we speak, everything is in the hands of the court. So we are just awaiting the litigation and awaiting the outcome of the litigation.
Fair enough. Let's chat about polygamy in the church.
Yes.
Obviously there's a fine line between Christianity and polygamy. Others would say it shouldn't be condoned, but here it's held in high regard. Just tell us about it as to how do you deal with the issue of polygamy within church?
Yes. Look, polygamy has always been there. In the ancient time, if you go to the Bible, even in the Bible, on the Old and the New Testament, you will find polygamy there. It is defined very well there. So we are not doing anything outside of Christianity or even outside the Bible that we all read. And whoever purports to be a Christian is reading. So it is in there. There are various verses there that would speak profusely about polygamy. There's a verse there. There's even a song that our choir is seeing, which says, Metlheng bofelo, basadi ba supa ba tla itshwarela ka monna le mo. It is in the Bible. There's nothing wrong about polygamy, and it's there, like I say.
Obviously, many want to know about, the kind of conditions that come with polygamy in church. How many wives can you take if you're a congregant or member of this church?
According to the Bible, you can take up to 7, according to the Bible. But it's up to an individual. Look, polygamy is not forced on anybody.
Yeah.
It is your choice if you want to become a polygamist. You're more than welcome to do so. You can take 1, you can take up to 7 wives, according to the Bible.
Yeah, and we often see how women are, have come under a lot of abusive relationships as well. How the president has declared gender-based violence a pandemic in this country. How there's been a very serious urgency as to how we should protect women and children in this country as well. In terms of that, how do you regulate these kind of polygamous marriages and relationships in church as to there being stability within a home?
Yes, I can guarantee you, in IPHC, we condemn gender-based violence with the strongest possible terms. We don't practice gender-based violence here. We do not at all abuse our wives. We treat our wives as queens, whether in a polygamous marriage or in a singular marriage. So I can bet you the Comforter condemns violence against women at the strongest possible terms.
All right.
Yes.
Priest Abel Wesi, thank you very much for joining us as one of the priests here at the church IPHC at the Zirbakom branch. You remember this is where previously the shootout happened, where some congregants lost their lives and others were badly injured. But we also do understand there were various invitations sent out to members of the ANC who are also currently in church here, such as the likes of Nomvula Mugonyani and other ministers who we told were invited to attend the Easter church service here today.
Thank you very much, Pule Letshwiti-Jones, for that update this afternoon. Very interesting insights around polygamy. And while there might be some Bible verses that advocate for polygamy, there are a couple like Corinthians chapter 1 verse 7 that says a man should have relations with his wife and a woman should only have relations with her husband. So I suppose it's a divided debate.